Welcome to the Peridot Cup, guys. I know this one's a little later than usual, but I need to figure out what the frick I'm going to be doing for the next season. And I think I'm changing plans on the length of quarters because they're just too long. Not for this tournament. I'm talking about actual UAFL matches and other matches. So from now on, cup matches are only going to be 3 minutes long, like this one. That's normal. That's never changed. But the normal matches now is now 5 minutes. So therefore, the matches will be a lot shorter, but I don't give a frick because I can't waste hours upon hours of my time a day with Access Football. Alright, so I guess now that I'm done with the game, well, I'm talking about it, let's take a look at how both Chicago and Los Angeles are going to fare today. As you can see, this actually might be a close game because the rating is only at 54%. So anything within 10% from 50 is going to be a good game. And you know that because the game before this, which was the World Cup game, ended up becoming a good game anyways, even though the rating was at 60-something. It was at 62, so those games are called B-tier games. This one's going to be an A-tier game. So A-tier games are the best types of games you can get. This particular one right here is just straight A. If it was 1% lower, it would be an A+ game. A+ games are the best ones.
Mika, let's go outside. Mika.
She's too busy slouching on the stairwell again.
Miss man, you need to go pee outside. You're gonna go potty with Toddy. You need to go outside.
Alright, here we go. Let us begin. Alright, so the Lakehawks will receive the ball. And it's going to be Houston who returns it. Here's what the frick was his name? I've never seen that quarterback before. Probably because I never really used Chicago for anything. The only guy I remember was Potter. What's his name? Idajani, whatever. I don't know what his name is. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing the player that you created with being a patron with the game owners, but frick, that's a hard last name. Okay, so it's first down Chicago. And here's Potter. And that is a pass that is not complete. And they will punt from the something yard line because it disappeared just when I was about to read it. Thanks. All right, first down for Los Angeles.
Red.
And it is. What's really difficult is that the stats, like the down stats and what yard there are, switches from each side of the screen. They switch from each side of the screen depending on who has the ball. Same with the formation. It's ridiculous. So right now it's 4th and 15. You can see that on the right side of the screen. But once Chicago gets the ball, it's going to be on the left side of the screen. Which I have no idea why it does that. But it's not a big deal. But it just means I have to figure out which side it's on. They have 2 running backs, 2 tight ends, and a wide receiver on this play. And that would have been a first down, and it is instead a forced fumble by Morgan. And that is actually quite similar to what just happened in the Peridot World Cup between Portugal and Colombia. And the fact is that was like the last play of the game too. It was supposed to be the game-winning touchdown. Turned out to be a game-winning forced fumble for Portugal, as Colombia failed to get in. It's 4th and 8. Los Angeles is going to try a field goal.
Go!
And they get it from 40 yards out. Los Angeles is going to punt to Houston. And oh my freaking touchdown, Chicago. Well,
Go!
I've seen it all. And now Los Angeles has the ball once again. And it took like 10 guys to tackle one man. And Graves is injured now. And here is a pass that is complete. 2004 Royal Rumble winner and the 2005 Heisman Trophy winner are an unstoppable duo. Fire, says Dom.
Hike!
And Sandoval. How the frick is that a first? Last time we had a play like that. Also, why is the server still saying it's the off season? It is season. Oh, frick! What season is it? It's XFL. It's season 9. That was a deep pass. It's second down. How is it still the second quarter? Is what I have to ask. That should have been intercepted, but defense couldn't get it. Okay, we start to play with 2 players kissing each other, and then it becomes 4th and 5. And Bro is going to punt. And it's 1st and 10. I don't think they want to punt to the actual receiver, because last time that happened, you know exactly what happened. That should have been intercepted, but didn't get intercepted. That was too freaking wide. This team is playing like a football fusion team right now. Like, I'm being dead serious. Like, football fusion players don't know how to throw the ball. They either throw it too low or too high or just spike it on accident. Which I haven't seen them spike it, and that is the end of the half. This is a freaking boring game. 7-3. 7-3. And the only touchdown was in special teams. Crazy. Well, Los Angeles is going to get the ball next. Let's see what happens. Here is Bascom. The Tide is going to do a little crab walk. Where's number 30 going? I think number 30 just left the field. And now there's a flag against for the delay of game. Now I know why they do that. It's because the dang positional player just continuously moves. Good job, Los Angeles, for being so stupid. The man did a crab walk over and over again until he reached off. There's the player from the last play. He didn't even get to freaking show up before. Where did he even go? He sprinted on the field like faster than a normal player would be if they caught the ball, which makes no sense. And here's a punt. Chicago's got it at the 20. And a Butterfinger on the field. It is against Ted for offsides, aka every soccer fan's least favorite call, and it's especially mine because of the game I watched today between Liverpool and Chelsea as a Liverpool fan. I mean, both of us got called for freaking offsides, and I thought they were supposed to change the rules to where as long as a single body part of a player was behind the defender, it would be onside. Well, that's at least what I saw. Well, that's not taking effect yet. And Houston has assaulted one of the players from Los Angeles, doesn't get a flag, and that's a touchdown for Chicago. Why do players get away with assault in this league? What the heck? That should have been a face mask. Where's the face mask call? The referees are just being horrible this game. Believe it or not, Chicago might advance to the next round as well. Because Los Angeles is just playing freaking stupid. I'm sorry, but if whoever picked the Los Angeles Tide as their starting team as in the XAFL, you are an idiot. Why would you pick them after seeing this game? You should immediately regret picking them. There were so many better teams yet. Montreal, Winnipeg, freaking Kansas City was still open. How did they pass on Kansas City or Denver? Those are both Tier 1 teams. Seriously, there's a total of 12 Tier 1 teams. All 12 of them should have been picked. Nope, that's not the case. Only a select few were picked.
Go!
And we've reached a 2-minute warning. Not like it matters anyways. It's 2 possession. We're down 2 possessions. Well, Los Angeles scores, so maybe they have a chance if they find a way to get the ball back. But what they would have to do is have the guys... They went for a 2-point conversion? Oh yeah, so they can kick a field goal and send it to OT and make this boring game even longer. Good job, Houston. He didn't actually score this time for some reason. And it's second down. Timeout to LA. Okay, Potter's gonna get tackled twice in a row. It's 3rd and 10. They're gonna have to go for a passing play. Los Angeles might actually still have a chance. And there's a flag against Chicago. Penalty is declined, which makes it 4th down. And Los Angeles actually has another chance. Please don't end this drive on a freaking field goal. What if this drive ends the same exact way Colombia lost the Peridot World Cup in the first round? What if it ends the exact same way? Because that same scenario is going on right now, where they can either choose to kick a field goal to send it to OT, or go for the touchdown to win the game.
Tonight.
Colombia went for the touchdown. The only difference is Los Angeles doesn't have any timeouts. Colombia had like all of them.
Tonight.
Here's my question. Why are you running run plays? Your goal is to get downfield as quick as possible. And you're just sitting here running the ball. Stop running the ball. Look how much time you're wasting going 5 yards every freaking play. They spiked it. What are they going to try? Don't be a run play. Okay, so he steps out of bounds. Just go for the field goal. How far are they? Oh, it'd be a 64-yarder. Never mind. Well, that's all of the marbles. I guess not. I don't know how Los Angeles... I don't think LA is going to move on, guys. There's no chance. Yep, that's game, guys. The Chicago Lakehawks move on to round 2 after probably the most pathetic performance I've ever seen. Well, actually, it could have been worse. Louisiana didn't know how to play either. And neither did Tennessee. Both of them were wildcard teams. Not because they were bad, but they were picked by random. Because the bracket's completely randomized. It's not sorted by seeding at all. It's just completely random. Which allows for some interesting matchups. Next tournament, however, there's going to be 2 blocks, which will then be randomized. And the teams that go in each block, in Block A, is going to be the top 18 teams from this tournament, which is actually now going to include Los Angeles, or not Los Angeles. This is going to include Chicago because they won, which puts them in the second round, and only 16 teams go in the second round. And then Los Angeles, actually, I might have to review that because they only lost by 3, which means there's still a chance they can get in. Because the 2 best teams from the first round that lose in the first round also qualify for that position. So, and for the teams that don't make it to Block A, they'll play for Block B. And basically, it's going to be separate divisions for the brackets. And once there's a winner determined from each of the 2 blocks, they will go head-to-head for the Sapphire Cup final. That's how the next tournament's going to work. So, yeah. So now let's talk about the game, because I actually didn't even get to freaking pay attention because of how boring it was. That's not where I want to go. stats. Game stats. As you can see right here, the score ended with a funky number. 11-14. I guess because of Los Angeles' 2-point conversion, they're actually still alive. Maybe. I haven't checked challenge.com. That's where I will be hosting the Peridot Cup. But it's going to be the last tournament I use for that site because I now am using an app called Winner to track all of my leagues, actually, not including the UAFL regular season, UAFL Global, which is the world version, which is the country's version of the seasons, except it's a lot longer because you play every team at least once. Then you also have the UAFL minor leagues, which there's probably going to be some, speaking of which, there's probably going to be some substitutions for the UAFL based on how teams perform in this cup. Because only 32 teams will be competing out of all 36 original Axis football teams. And we want to ensure that the best ones play in the league. So as a result, we're most likely going to have 4 regions. The North region, East, South, and West. Basically all 4 of those are going to be like, they're not going to be actual divisions in the league. There's just going to be standings or positional wise. But let's just say one team from each of those regions will not compete in the UAFL. Instead, they will play in the UAFL minors. For the North, well, it's definitely not going to go to Cleveland anymore because they are not that bad. It's probably most likely going to go to Cincinnati, if I think. Even though they won the wild card match, because they play 2 games, I have to half their score because not everyone gets to play 2 games and go to the second round. Sometimes you only have to play 1 game to go to the second round. Cincinnati's one of the teams that have to play twice. So we really need to determine who belongs where. Because if we were to do it by default, Montreal, Winnipeg, Mexico City, and Vancouver would not be able to compete in the league. I will probably do a voting to vote on which team. No, because I know some people are going to be freaking biased in the XAFL community and pick Baltimore to miss it out, and Baltimore does not deserve to miss it out. And the reason why I know they're going to pick Baltimore is because they know that's my favorite team and they're going to freaking screw me over. So yeah, frick that idea. Screw that idea. Instead, we're going to actually calculate because I think the teams that might miss out the most likely right now is the Royals from the North Division, from the North region. It's not going to be the Gladiators. The Gladiators no longer have a chance at missing out now because they actually just nearly won against, like, who was it? Carolina? They almost beat Carolina. So Indianapolis has shown improvement. So we're not going to kick them out. I'm probably going to kick Tennessee out of the South because, for obvious reasons, they're just that bad. They're freaking horrible. They're the worst team in the league. So of course I'm going to probably put them in the minor leagues. In the East, it's a tough one. The reason why the East is a tough one is because it's Washington. It's between Washington and Philadelphia. But I'm probably going to go with Philadelphia because Philadelphia is not that good. They were slightly better than in Axis 19, but now they're worse. And then for the West. Oh, man. Probably going to be, freaking... Well, we already know Los Angeles is from the West, but they're not the worst. They're like, maybe it's the Sharks, but we'll see. Los Angeles could be the team I select to miss out. I don't know. And I probably might go by last season's results as well in the UAFL Season 1. I remembered that. Which ended up with Washington getting relegated, along with a second team, which was New York. But I don't want to do that either because New York has got talent now. They have a lot of talent. I don't even know how New York got it relegated out of that league when we still did the relegation and promotion system between me and my friend Devin. The whole reason we stopped is because Devin stopped first. We were in the playoffs too. We were about to start the freaking playoffs. Alright, here's the stats. We're going to call it game, and it's game. We'll see you guys later.